Analytical procedures are an important part of any audit. They are required at both the beginning and the end of the audit. At the beginning to assess risk, and at the end to verify that we haven't missed anything. But conducting analytical procedures is a complex process. Before we begin the process, we have to develop expectations. We do this in anticipation of what we may find. We'll look at budgets, historical data, industry trends, ratios, and use our professional judgment. We won't come up with a point estimate. We'll come up with a range and say, as long as this ratio or statistic is in this range, we will accept the results as being reasonable. Anything outside of that range will warrant further consideration. And so further consideration may begin with by asking management for an explanation. It may begin with specific testing. It might involve elevating our testing in certain areas. So we'll compare our expected results with our actual results. How we interpret the differences will depend upon our understanding of the client business, going concern issues, and the actual audit procedures we plan to pick. Now, if we'd like a more formal chart, so this is the process stated differently. We'll develop our expectation, we'll define our range, we'll compare the actual to the recorded amounts, we'll then look whether it's difference in the amount we can tolerate, we'll investigate the difference. Are the explanations and corroborative evidence adequate? Yes, then we're going to accept the amount, accept this. If they're not, then we have to continue conducting additional procedures and possibly even propose an adjustment. So the reason why these are called substantive analytical procedures is unlike the preliminary procedures, these are designed to focus on the balance in an account. So for example, if I'm doing an analytical procedure regarding the allowance for doubtful debts, I'll develop an expectation on what I think that number should be based on prior years, other things. I'll define a tolerable misstatement, meaning as long as the client is in this range, I'll accept their number is reasonable. I'll compare what they actually reported to what I was expecting. If it's within the range, I'm done. I'm going to accept that the client's balance is correctly stated and document the results. If it's not, then I'm going to investigate. So I might ask management why there was a pattern, what happened, what was the cause of the situation. If they give me an explanation, I can provide external validation through corroborating evidence. Then I will accept that the balance is correctly stated, document my results, and move on. Now, if I can't, could conduct other procedures or propose an adjustment and document my results. The word "or" there is an important one because we could possibly get assurance from other areas. It has to speak to this specific issue. So for example, if it doesn't speak to the allowance for doubtful debts, then we can't get verification of payables to address a receivable concern. If the client does not propose the adjustment, or if the client is unwilling to accept our proposed adjustment, then later on we'll have to discuss the implications of what that means on our audit report. But for now, it just means we've completed the audit of that account.